I boo-hooed. I said, oh, the club put me in there. No. I put myself in there. I did what I had to do as a Hell's Angel.
You know, my daddy always, if you got in a fight and you came home with a bloody nose, did you hit him back? If you didn't hit him back, Dad put you in the car and took you back over there and told you going up in that yard and get your shit done and be a man.
They got their walls drove through by gangs, by the FBI gang, and all that shit happened to that chapter, right? Like those guys go through their being a big motorcycle club, even sometimes just being a small motorcycle club, you go through your.
A lot of people that have come in have seen definitely a change in the club and the direction that the club is going.
I looked out my window and you could see a body laying out in front. And here's this dude running around up there with just had his sweatshirt on. And he tells me he's a Hell's Angel. Even after all that, I still wanted to join the Hell's Angels.
People out there, man, that are just natural followers. And they just fall right in line with that type of program. But not 1%ers, man. 1%ers don't ask permission.
Welcome to this episode of Chattin With Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today we're going to talk about this biker war up in Canada. This is an old situation that happened, but the judge is not playing around with this situation. They want them to do prison time, and they want them to do extra prison time because they're a part of a motorcycle club. We're going to talk about a lot of other things today. Before we get started, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's brother, sister's friend about Chattin With Staxx, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. I got a lot of happy Father's Days yesterday. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. And a couple people were upset because I told them, Trump, did you say Happy Father's Day to Trump? Because he's your daddy. Some people can't take a fucking joke, man. Like, I don't understand people these days. You can't take a joke, then you shouldn't be on the internet, because that's what it's all about. Social rejects, what's going on? Thank you guys all for joining me today. We got a lot of things to talk about. There's a lot going on. We're going to be talking about John A. Light today. You know, the Gambino enforcer, John Gotti's hitman. Oh, shit. Donnie Wanch is in court today, right? Donnie Wanch is in Welland court today. How much you want to bet someone besides Donnie is going to jail today? Uh-oh. Donnie doesn't ever do time, right? I don't think Donnie's ever done time in his life. Has he? He's done it. He got caught committing a lot of crimes, but he never did any time in prison. A little weird. Hey, what's going on, Wilson? What's good, Staxx and chat? Laconia was dope. Yeah, I hear a lot of people telling me Laconia was dope. I really wish I could have went. Mercules didn't perform at Laconia. I was gonna go to that concert, the Mercules concert. He ended up canceling it for some reason. I don't really know why or what transpired, but he didn't end up performing there. A little weird. But we're going to go over to a boxer was killed over in Australia. And this guy was a pretty well-known person, man. And we're going to talk about that. So this dude, Love, Phased on Love, he rolled into court in a wheelchair. For his child support hearing. He goes to court in a wheelchair. I don't know. Do you think he was looking for sympathy or something? Let me try to get this picture of the boxer who was killed in Australia. And there's a bikey connection there, allegedly. some pictures for you guys. I apologize. I'm busy as hell editing this documentary. I'm trying to get it out to the distributor and get it to the people that need to be in their hands, and it's a lot of work. Is it Father's Day still a thing? Too many fools out there abandoning their kids. Truth is a bitch. 100%. Great. What up, man? How you doing? Thank you for joining me. Eating top ramen right now. He likes eating top ramen. He has no bond. You believe that shit? He has no bond. Hey, Jason, what's up, man? Thank you for joining me today. Appreciate you. So A-Light has no bond, and I have some video, and so he has somebody posting on social media for him, right? First off, Dick Lips Barillo went on social media like, they're just targeting him. He's out there helping kids. No, he's not. He's not helping kids. And listen, he claims to be this hitman, Gambino enforcer. I baseball batted all these people. I killed all these people. Why do you think they show up to his house the way I'm going to show you? Why do you think they would show up to his house like that? Because of all the stuff he says. So let's take a look at how they showed up to his house. Oh, yeah, they brought a whole damn tactical army unit, right? This is Ring Camera captures brigade of New Jersey police in SWAT gear on their way to arrest former Gambino hitman John A-Light. He wasn't in the Gambino family. He's not even Italian. So all these people that claim he's Italian, he's not. He's not Italian. He was not in the Gambino crime family. He was friends with John Gotti Jr. He was an associate of the Gotti family. That's it. So all these people like, oh, he's a mafia hitman. He's the real deal. No, he ain't. So look how they came for him. 2 a.m, 4 a.m, street lights still on. Look how many are there. These dudes look like they have rocket launchers with them, right? How many people is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Around 20 people. All with automatic weapons going to see A-Light. And real gangsters don't cooperate with authorities, okay? So let's just make that clear. Where people who are really doing stuff like that, they don't cooperate because they think someone else is going to cooperate. Oh, they do the ultimate double crossing, right? You knew what was involved with that life when you signed up for it. But these people are weak people. They're weak, typical liars. A liar is a typical lying informant. All of them are. All of them are liars. Egos. And they just can't get out of their own way. A lot of them are still involved with criminal activity. Hey, he'll learn. Just like Barillo Lips is going to learn when he goes to prison soon. He thinks he's a fucking gangster. He's a legend in his own mind. All these guys, they're all just legends in their own mind. They're nobodies. And that's what they'll always be. But anyway, enough of the legend gangsters. This is the boxer that was killed out in Australia. It's a pretty wild situation. Let's see here. No clue in the hunt for ex-boxer's assassin. So footage of a getaway car believed to be involved in the fatal shooting of a former boxer in suburban Melbourne has emerged, showing the moment pedestrians nearby struck by a speeding vehicle. So a pedestrian struck by a speeding vehicle. Hassan Skinny Dahani, known by Victoria police who connects him with the Finks Outlaw Motorcycle Club, was shot dead early Sunday morning in what police believe was a targeted hit. So it was a targeted hit. That's wild. I have some more. Another picture. This is up there on the top right is where the vehicle was speeding away and hit a pedestrian, killed him. I think it killed a pedestrian too. So they're saying that this was a targeted hit. It was at Ascot Val, wherever that is. Victoria police say the 33-year-old had been walking along Mountain Alexander Road about 12:15 a.m. when a man approached him, fired several shots, and then got into a white sedan before fleeing the scene. Grainy security footage near the venue where the incident took place shows the moment a trio of pub goers steps outside before gunshots rang out. And a figure off in the distance appears to fall on the ground. So this was all caught on tape, right? On Monday afternoon, Victoria police released further footage of the white sedan speeding through a roundabout and narrowly missing a pedestrian. Investigators are keen to speak with everyone who may have seen the vehicle traveling through the Ascot Val or Footscray areas the night of the shooting and who may have information about the current location of the car, police spokesperson said. Police are also keen. I mean, they use this word a lot, obviously. Hey, Diaz, what's up, bro? How you doing? Mama Jinx is in the building. Thank you for joining me. Happy Monday to everybody. So, police are also keen to identify the pedestrian shown in the footage, not believed to be linked to the incident, but he's being treated as a witness only. The footage of the crime scene shows a lengthy trail of blood behind Mr. Dehaney, as he stumbles more than 100 meters northwest from the scene of the shooting on Mount Alexander Road until he finally collapses in front of Woolworths Metro on North Street. It's a sad situation. He was rushed to the hospital in critical condition, but later died. Images from the scene show a white Alfa Romeo with a large amounts of what appears to be blood caked on its bonnet and side doors. Mr. Haney is well known for a successful middleweight professional boxing career, which lasted 5 years between 2014 and 2019. Damn. So over a period, Mr. Dehanty was undefeated in 11 bouts, according to Boxing Rec. Mr. Hassani had 11 pro fights in which he was in the 2019 winning 10 with 1 draw. Following his boxing career, Mr. Dehanty became involved with organized crime and was most recently arrested in 2023 as part of a Task Force Echo investigation charging him with possession of a firearm. The gunman has not yet been located. Investigators are urging anybody with information to contact Crime Stoppers. So this is a different article. Manhunt underway in deadly early morning shooting. A killer is on the run as police probe a fatal shooting of a man overnight. Officers were called to the inner Melbourne suburb on Sunday at 12:15. A man in his 30s was found, suspected gunshot wounds. Obviously, he was connected to the Finks Motorcycle Club, and they are no joke out there in Australia. They do not fuck around. They're the real deal. Matter of fact, I interviewed a Finks member, a former Finks member. He didn't say the name of the club for obvious reasons, right? Because it's really different out there. Australia is a lot different than the US. Let me see if I could find you guys these other pictures. Yeah, I got them right here. So we talked about this situation where the Rock Machine declared war on the Outlaws. That was in the UK, and 6 men were sentenced to prison time. They received 27 years in total, right? Lindsay, how are you? Thank you for joining me today. I appreciate you. Comments make you angry is in the building. What's good, man? Exactly. I told my friends I want to be seeing you on the light fine. Go stand in the sun. Sun always burns. Be seen in the sun always burns. Diaz. Hey, Tommy, what's up, man? How are you? Thank you for joining me today. So this was a alleged horrific attack, right? And this an old man. They beat down an old man, and it was caught on camera as biker gang ambushes rival on the roadside. And he was by himself. He was with a woman. Like there was a woman nearby. They ended up beating the woman too. 6 members of a motorcycle club have been jailed and unleashing a violent attack in broad daylight on the president of a rival biker group. 6 men, Lee Rogers, Billy Timmons, Robert Greenark, Kyle Matthews, Darren Rimmer, Ashley Lauderdale, pulled up to a busy Forest of Dean Town Center to batter the man in a calculated ambush. All the defendants, including 3 from Gloucester, appeared in Bristol Town Court on June 19th to hear their fate. They were all members of the Rock Machine Motorcycle Club, which Canadian news reports have previously described as an international motorcycle club founded in Montreal. The court heard how police were called to the market around 2:30 p.m. on Saturday, April 5th, 2025, to reports of a man had been assaulted outside a pub, sustaining serious injuries. It was reported that a number of men exited several vehicles before attacking another man with metal poles and driving away in a convoy. The victim, a man in his 60s, was taken to the hospital for treatment. Serious injuries, which included a brain bleed and a fractured jaw. His partner also was attacked during the assault and has sustained less serious injuries. Officers from the Constabulary Criminal Investigation Department began an investigation into the incident and quickly established that CCTV footage had captured the assault taking place. However, significant inquiries were required to identify those individuals, and they did too. They put little arrows over each person. And if you want to see the video, go to Patreon and you can see the video right now, uncensored. Facebook has been a little iffy with graphic content, so I got to be leery on Facebook now. So as a result, total of 11 men were identified, arrested, and charged in connection with the incident. Today, of course, 6 of those men were handed a mix of prison sentences. Lee Rogers, 38 years old, was sentenced to 5 years and 10 months. The biggest sentence here was 6 years. There's more people that are gonna be getting sentenced. This is only 6 of them, so there's 5 more. Still got 5 more people that are to be sentenced. Lee Rogers got 5 years, 10 months. Billy Timmons got 4 years, 3 months. Robert Greenacre got 3 years, 4 months. Kyle Matthews got 2 years, 10 months. Darren Rimmer got 4 years, 5 months. And Ashley Lauderdale got 6 years, 6 months. He must have been one of the main aggressors in the situation. It says Lee Rogers, Billy Timmons, and Robert Grace pleaded guilty to Section 18 wounding with the intent of violent disorder on the day of trial, which took place in the same court in February. A jury found Kyle Matthews, Darren Rimmer, and Ashley Lauderdale guilty of Section 18 wounding with intent to violent disorder. So these guys, half of them took it to trial and lost. So that's why they have significantly higher sentences. Lauderdale was also found guilty of Section 47, assault, accosting actual bodily harm. At the conclusion of sentencing, acting detective said, I am pleased that 6 men have been jailed following their involvement. It's what can be described as calculated, brazen, violent attack. I hope this court's outcome shows that violence won't be tolerated in our towns, and the police will do anything they can to bring offenders to justice. 3 men, Luke Cole, Joshua Bell, and Paul Price, recently pleaded guilty to violent disorder, pleas in which were accepted by the Crown's prosecution services. A 4th man, Mark Gibson, stood trial this month, and he was found guilty of violent disorder, but not guilty of Section 18 wounding with the intent to assault bodily harm. 4 of the men are due to be sentenced in Bristol Crown Court Wednesday, August 5th. Jordan Peer was found not guilty of violent disorder, engaging in assisting offender following trial, which concluded earlier this week. He faces no further prosecution. So one of the men, he was probably there, but, really didn't get involved. Because you can see there is a guy that gets out of the car and really doesn't do too much, So he is possibly the one that went to trial and kind of got away with it, right? Got away with it eventually. But these are the defendants. And for some reason, they blur the Virginia Chaos. What's going on, man? Thank you for joining me today. I appreciate everything you do, Virginia Chaos. I really do. For some reason, they blur that. What is that? Like 2 axes or something on his forehead? They blur that image out for some reason. These are all the guys. I think I'm missing one of them. They didn't do nothing, right? Ghost Eagle Guardians in the building. What's good, man? How are you? So, listen to this story. It's crazy. A 26-year-old Coral Springs woman had 23 license suspensions. Police arrest her this month after finding her driving again. She's 26 years old and she had 23 license suspensions, and they caught her driving again. Like, what are the chances of that? Insane Wheels, what's going on? Thank you for joining me today, man. I appreciate you. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Insane Wheels. Got a great show. So this is Coral Springs, Florida, right? By the age of 26, most drivers are building a driving record. Lauren Santiago Lopez of Coral Springs was building something else. According to Coral Springs Police, 26-year-old driver's license has been suspended 23 times. She has currently been convicted 4 times of driving with a suspended license. Yet police say she was still behind the wheel this month. And it ended with another arrest. On June 9th, the Coral Springs Police Department spotted Lopez driving a silver 2009 Nissan Altima on West Sample Road with Indiana transport tag with an expired February 2023. According to the probable cause affidavit, the officer also observed she was not wearing her seatbelt. After pulling her over, the officer asked her for a driver's license. Instead, she handed over a Florida identification card. She said, "I'm working on one," she told officers when they asked about a valid driver's license, according to the report. She then acknowledged that she did not have one. Police said Lopez explained that she had recently purchased a vehicle at an auction, and she was in the process of getting it registered. The records revealed she has an extensive driving history. According to the affidavit, Lopez's license has been suspended 23 times and was revoked in September of 2025. Records check also showed 4 prior convictions of driving with her license suspended. The traffic stop ended with Lopez being arrested and charged with driving while license suspended as a third and subsequent offense. She also faces charges of driving without valid license, failure to register a vehicle, failing to show proof of insurance, not wearing a seatbelt. She was transported to the Broward County Jail, and the Nissan was towed from the scene. I mean, some people just never learn. STMC, what's going on? Thank you for joining me today. You guys haven't heard the meat and potatoes of today's show yet, so you're just in time. Rabbit of Chaos, how you doing? Dragon Classy Diamond Art, what's good, bro? STMC, how you doing? So we're going up to Canada for that situation. And then we're going to show you guys a video about Laconia. Laconia wrapped up its 103rd year on Sunday, following days of lower attendance and multiple crashes on the local roads. There was a lot of motorcycle crashes. Motorbike group attacks a car in Melbourne road rage clash. A group of motorcyclists surrounded and attacked a car in a terrifying road rage incident in Melbourne western suburbs. It's believed the driver of the car was trying to flee, running over one of the riders. A video shows the motorcyclist kicking the car and trying to get in it, with at least one holding a knife. Footage shows one of the bikes apparently under the car. The motorcycles were riding in Flonker, heading to Newport in Williamstown about 5:30 on Sunday. Police said that they were weaving through traffic and cutting off drivers. Police confirmed dozen of them, some with weapons, damaged a car and assaulted the driver near Melbourne Road in Newport. They said the driver suffered minor injuries. Police are investigating and appealing for witnesses. It's this crazy situation. Gory Rory, what's up, man? Pablo, how you doing? Shout out to Mike Ball for the Mike Ball raid. I really appreciate it. So let's see. Mike Ball raid is in the house. Let's see what John A. Lights, because they've been making a lot of posts lately on his Facebook for some reason. Very odd. Dude's in jail, and they keep posting on his Facebook page. And they're like, this is the John we know. This is the one, this is the guy we know, right? He's not a criminal. All right. So let me give you guys a rundown of what they've been posting, right? His last post from him was June 17th, right? So he posts a message to John's supporters from administrator. So this is someone posting on his behalf. Many of you have seen the news. We want to address it directly and honestly. John has been arrested and charged, and we know this is upsetting to the community that has followed his journey. We ask everyone to remember that the charge is not a conviction. John is entitled to due process and presumed innocent, and we trust the facts will be heard. Yeah, the facts, right? And he'll be convicted. fully and fairly as the legal process unfolds. To John, we standing with you and we are wishing you strength and a swift return to freedom. I think shit's catching up with him, you know? When people rat other people out and make them go to prison, this is what happens. It's called karma. You know what I'm saying? It's called karma. Due process, right? So the next post they post, they say again, and many of you know and seen the news, we won't pretend it isn't hard. What we'll say is this: a charge is not a conviction. John is presumed innocent, and we believe in him. We trust the full story will come out and the process plays out. So what happens when he gets convicted? Huh? Are they going to be like, everyone's going to bail on him then, right? I mean, this dude, obviously, they wouldn't just arrest him for no reason, right? I wonder if he has anyone to tell on this time. It says, to everyone who has supported John in this journey, thank you. Your message means everything. We're holding on to hope. And looking forward to his day. He's back home. Stay strong and be respectful. All right. Here's another one. To all the haters filling our inbox, we see you. You're not going anywhere. John is charged, not convicted. We believe in his innocence and we stand with him. Full stop. To the real ones who supported his journey, thank you. We're holding the line until he comes home. Innocent until proven guilty. Oh, man. Colin says, if Satan's choice in 81 went to war, who do you think would win, honestly? I don't think it is going to be a war, man, tell you the truth. So then he posted the video of the SWAT team coming to his house. I'll show you guys that again. I mean, this is a lot of cops, right? I don't think they would just go there. It's not a traffic ticket, right? So he posted it and said, Ring camera captures brigade of New Jersey police and SWAT gear on their way to arrest former Gambino hitman. And he posted this on his own Facebook. I don't know if he's proud of it or what. Like, it's very odd that he would post that on his Facebook. And then he goes, a message from the administrator, everyone who loves John. Look at this photo. This is the John we know, not a headline, not the charge. This man, the one who turned his whole life around so he could stand in front of kids and tell them the truth so they never walk a road he walked. All he does is go in front of kids and brag how he was the Gambino enforcer and he beat people with bats. That's what he does, right? I got videos of him doing it. So here's another one for all those Finding John's page. Let us tell you about the man we know. John Eli has spent years of his life doing one thing, trying to make sure everybody else walks the road he once walked. Nobody else walks the road he once walked. He turned his past into a warning and a lesson. Obviously not, because he still thinks he's a fucking gangster. He thinks he's in the mafia, which he never was, but he thinks he is. So he put money out on the street thinking he could make some fucking money back, right? He threatened some people and made a fucking terrible decision. And now he's going to pay for it. And now it says, this is the final post to all the keyboard haters. You spent years hiding behind the screen, going after a man and his family for being Albanian and proud. I thought he was Italian. I thought he was in the Gambino family. What happened? I mean, it's okay to be Albanian, right? But fucking be proud of who you are. This guy wanted to be Italian so bad. It hasn't worked, it says. It won't. The A-Light still stands tall through every storm, every headline, every cheap shot. That's who we are. So what you want? We're not going anywhere. You are somewhere. You're in prison. And they're holding A-Light without bond. Imagine that. He's not coming home anytime soon. So apparently Donnie Wanch has court today, and people are saying someone's probably going to go to jail, but I bet it won't be Donnie. But we'll see, right? So let's get to the main story, and then we'll talk about Laconia after the main story. And people are all talking shit, right? Obviously, this is AI, right? I made a mugshot of John A-Light, and people are all talking shit. That's AI. No shit, but I'm sure the real one's coming out soon. I just wanted to give you guys a quick gander at what you're in for. But anyway, I'll keep you guys updated about the boxer that was with the Finks and got unalived. All right, let's see here. All right, so this is a wild situation. This happened at a bar up in Hamilton. Is that what Hamilton, right? So these are some of the individuals that were involved. The guys on the left are with the Hells Angels and the Red Devils. I believe that guy in the middle on the left was a Red Devil, I believe. The two guys on the right were the two Rock Machine members that were at this bar, right? So apparently, the Rock Machine members, one was a prospect. That old guy was a prospect, and the guy on the right, I believe, was the president, right? So when a group, I think it was 16 people or something like that, roll into this bar, these guys are trying to take their cuts off. The two guys on the right are trying to take their cuts off and hide them. Crazy. So the Crown seeks prison time after barroom beatdown. The court asked to treat Hells Angels as criminal organization. And they want more time for the Hells Angels just for being associated with a motorcycle club. A violent confrontation in a Hamilton bar that lasted less than 4 minutes has evolved into a legal battle with implications far beyond the assault itself, as prosecutors urged the judge to recognize the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club as a criminal organization when determining prison sentence for the convicted bikers. They've already been convicted. The argument presented during the sentencing hearing in Ontario court could significantly increase the punishment facing 3 men convicted in connection with the July 4th, 2024 assault and battery on probationary member of the rival Rock Machine Motorcycle Club. At the center of the case is a brazen attack that prosecutors describe as coordinated swarming, carried out in full view of stunned patrons of Cadillac Jack's Bar and Grill in Hamilton. According to court testimony, the violence began shortly after 7 p.m. when a convoy of 16 motorcycles arrived at the establishment. Many of the riders were reportedly wearing Hells Angels and Red Devils motorcycle colors. The Red Devils are widely guarded by law enforcement as a support club aligned with the Hells Angels. Assistant Crown Attorney argued that the arrival of bikers immediately created an atmosphere of fear. the court heard patrons froze as the group entered the bar, while individuals wearing motorcycle club insignia rushed to remove or conceal their vests. So they were trying to hide their cuts. They were trying. Prosecutors say Schaefer, approximately 66 years old. Let me show you who he is. I believe that's this guy. So here's a bunch of other pictures of all the individuals, right? I believe this guy is one of the Rock Machine. This guy's the Hell's Angel. Let me take the thing off so you can see the names. It's Daniel Fish. So as I go through this article, you'll be able to tell who's who, right? This is the man they beat up. So it says Schaefer, then approximately 66 years old, became the target of a sudden and overwhelming assault. Damn. This guy doesn't look, he looks pretty frail, don't he? Surveillance footage introduced during trial showed Schaefer being punched repeatedly before collapsing unconscious onto the patio floor. Image later captured him standing unsteadily, blood running down his forehead. His Rock Machine vest was also taken during the attack. The entire incident unfolded in approximately 3.5 minutes. 5 men were ultimately convicted of assaulting, causing bodily harm, robbery. Joe Rollins, Trevor Pittman, Daniel Fish, William Smith, and Jason Hall. So let me see if I could get you guys. And you've probably seen this guy before. There's a picture of the Hamilton Hells Angels, and he's one of the guys standing there. He's a big guy. This is the picture. Matter of fact, that's him. This guy's huge. And this is the other guy. I believe he was with the Rock Machine. That's Fish. I don't know why they show the same pictures of these different people. But these are all the pictures that they had up there. So you might have seen this picture before, right? So Ontario Provincial Police, I can't pronounce that fucking word ever, identified Fish as a member of the Red Devils Motorcycle Club, while the remaining defendants were identified as Hells Angels members. So Fish is the only Hells Angel. I believe that's him, right? Yeah, he was a member of the Red Devils. He couldn't cut it as an angel, allegedly. So the other guys were identified as Hells Angel members. Now prosecutors are seeking substantial prison terms. They argued the attack was deliberate, coordinated, and designed to intimidate. He compared the incident to aggravated assault and urged justice. Amanda Karma to recognize the Hells Angels as a criminal organization, and finding that could add approximately 1 year to the prison sentences imposed. I mean, that's not that much extra time, right? The Hells Angels have been found to be a criminal organization in Ontario for over 20 years, Dorothy argued in court, pointing to previous Canadian court rulings involving organized crime prosecutions. I don't believe they're a criminal organization. Provincial. I don't believe they're a criminal organization. I think they're a motorcycle club. If people get involved with some bullshit, have an altercation, it doesn't mean the whole club is a criminal organization. It's just not. But the Crown contends that the motorcycle club affiliations could be treated as aggravating factor because the assault was allegedly carried out under the authority and influence of the structure of the criminal organization. Defense lawyers strongly disagree with this, though. Attorneys representing Roland, Ashford Smith, and Hall argued that they were blindsided by the Crown's submission and dispute both of the characterizations of the attack as swarming and the assertion that the Hamilton Hells Angels chapter should automatically be considered a criminal organization for sentencing purposes. The legal disagreement has become one of the most significant issues in the case. If Justice Karma accepts the Crown's agreement, prosecutors seek 6 years in prison for Rollins, 5.5 years for Ashford Smith, and 5 years for Hall. If the criminal organization agreement is rejected, the Crown proposes to reduce those sentences by approximately 1 year each. So that's not as crazy as it could be, right? JP, what's going on? Thank you for joining me. That's not as bad as it could be. I mean, you would think these guys could potentially do 6 years, and if they don't find it was a criminal organization, they'll get 5 years. The guy on the left, he's facing the most time, I'm pretty sure. But the other people, the two guys on the right were the victims, right? And I believe the guy all the way to the right was the president at the time. He ended up leaving the club, I'm pretty sure. He ended up cooperating with authorities in this whole situation. If the criminal organization agreement is rejected, they propose reducing the sentences by approximately 1 year. Prosecutors are also requesting forfeiture of the motorcycle club vests and other items seized during the investigation, arguing that clothing was used to intimidate victims and facilitate the offenses. My question is, are they going to get kicked out of the club for admitting to a crime in court? They obviously accepted a plea, right? They're not supposed to do that. Vaughn. I know it's Vaughn, man. I know it's Vaughn. I know it's Vaughn now, bro. I love that you can't pronounce Vaughn. Provincial? Oh, fucking no. Whatever. It's just the fucking cops, right? So the case carries added emotional weight because Schaefer died. This dude died. Fucking the guy in the middle fucking died. Schaefer died. I wonder if it was due to this situation. It says Schaefer died in September of 2025 before the trial concluded. Although his death was unrelated to the assault, prosecutors noted that he never had the opportunity to testify about the attack. Throughout the proceedings, references were made to the historic rivalry between the Hells Angels and the Rock Machine Motorcycle Club that fueled the infamous Quebec biker wars during the 90s and 2000s. While prosecutors stopped short of alleging the assault was directly connected to the conflict, they argued that the rivalries provided important context for the understanding of the attack. For now, the sentencing decision remains unresolved. Defense attorneys successfully obtained an adjournment to review the Crown's submission before presenting their own arguments. The three defendants are scheduled to return to court July 31st, while proceedings involved the remaining co-accused continued separately. As the case moves forward to a conclusion, The judge eventual ruling could have consequences extending far beyond 5 men's convictions, potentially influencing how motorcycle club affiliations are considered in the future criminal sentencing hearings across Ontario. So what do you guys think of this situation? Do you think it's right for them to label the Hells Angels as a criminal organization and give them extra time for it? So if they rule that they're not a criminal organization, they will get 1 year less, which is the guy on the left will get 5 years instead of 6. And the other people will get, it'll be just 1 year less than what they were going to get. I mean, that's not a drastic difference. I could see if it was like 5 to 10 years, but I've always heard that if you are a part of the Hells Angels, you are not to accept any plea bargains. You're not to admit anything. And these guys admitted to stuff in court. So what do you think? Are they going to be booted from the club? Like what Pee Wee has told me, that if you get hit, you're riding your bike, another car hits you, you can't go to court and testify that they hit me and I need the money to fix my bike or you can't. That's just off limits. So I don't know. It's a little weird. And if one of your family members is having a medical emergency, you can't dial 911 and have an ambulance come. Someone else has to do it. That's insane too. That's just very weird. When I heard that, I'm like, what? That's crazy. Obviously, if one of your kids are having a medical emergency, would they really kick you out of the club for calling for an ambulance? Makes no sense. Hey, what's going on, man? I'm glad to enjoy your great work, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. Shout out to Southern California, Corona, California. Thank you, Edgar Martinez. I appreciate you. Comments make you angry. What's good, man? Fun fact, Quebec's version of Ontario's BEU is harm. Hells Angels, Rock Machine. If they admit to being organized crime, yes. Well, they did. They admitted to it. God damn, there's a fucking spider and I missed it. Fucker took off. I catch his ass. Someone kicked someone out of the club for an ambulance. That makes no sense. Oh my God, I can't believe it. Yeah, that's serious. Like, people get kicked out of the club for calling an ambulance because their family members having a medical emergency. Allegedly, if you're a part of the Hells Angels motorcycle club, you are not allowed to call for an ambulance for anybody. Your family, nobody. You're not to call. Ever. That's what they say. It's a pretty wild rule. Obviously, if one of your kids is having a medical emergency, would you care? I mean, if you had to get help for one of your kids, would they really kick you out for that? It's just, it's pretty wild if they would. I guess if they're really your brothers, you would call one of them and they'd bring your kid to the hospital, right? I mean, yeah, it's a pretty wild rule. So there's been some pretty major accidents up there in Laconia, if you guys aren't aware. Let's see here. All right, Laconia Bike Week has wrapped its final weekend of its 103rd year Sunday, following days of lower attendance and multiple crashes on local roads. The annual event is the longest running motorcycle gathering in the country, with visitors counts typically in the hundreds of thousands. This year, local leaders say those numbers were down by as much as 25%, pointing to factors of high gas prices and the drop in Canadian tourists. The mayor said that some of the shops in the area depend on the 9-day event to meet their bottom line. Some of the businesses in the Lake region live or die by motorcycle bike week. If they don't make it in motorcycle week, they may not make it for the rest of the year, which is very concerning, he said. They also pointed to shifting demographics as long-term concern. He said younger generation bike less. The younger generations bike less, along with the high cost of owning a motorcycle, which can make it harder on new riders. I think the motorcycle is kind of aging out. No, it's not. Are they crazy? People are probably just not wanting to go up there because, look, Sturgis had hundreds of thousands of people. So their attendance wasn't down, just Laconia. Yeah, I couldn't get him before he took off, so he lives another day. He said they're aging out. I may just want to see continue to grow. He wants to see this continue to grow. Maybe we can bring in more stuff for the younger age people as well and just keep this going and help our local economy, he said. Laconia police have also recorded dozens of crashes over the course of the week. Among them was a crash on Wednesday night near Cumberland Farms that sent a rider to the hospital with serious head injuries. Another incident Friday night involved a head injury. Neither rider was wearing a helmet at the time. Police say all crashes are under investigation by the accident reconstruction team, and more details are expected over time. Laconia Police Chief Matthew Canfield said this year also presented a rise in a different type of unsafe vehicle operation, burnouts and wheelies. Hey, Maureen, how you doing? Thank you for joining me today. Appreciate you. I hope you're doing well, Maureen. Alex, what's good, man? We got Amber in the house. Ken, what's up, Ken? Jimster, what's up? If I missed anyone, I apologize. They said the burnouts and the wheelies were expectedly concentrated on Encott Street North, where large crowds gathered on both sides of the road to watch. While these may be entertaining for some, it certainly presents lots of risk and danger to the bystanders whose motorcycles go out of control, Canfield said. Well, so if they were doing that, right, why doesn't he set up a place where they can do that? That's probably a good idea, to set up a place where they can do burnouts and wheelies and do tricks for the crowd, because that's obviously what people want, right? So then they're not doing it in the streets. So get a place where they can do that, and then you'll probably get more people to come. Like, no bullshit. That's probably what they need to do, right? While these entertainings may be fun, it certainly presents a lot of risks and dangers to bystanders for those motorcycles that go out of control. Canfield noted that this year's event was successful overall, but pointed to visitors who continue to operate under the influence while attending. Come to Laconia. Come to Weirs Beach. Enjoy all that the city has to offer. All that the area has to offer, he said. But if you're going to drink and drink responsibly, refrain from drinking when you're going to drive. Ray Durr is a motorcycle rider out of Massachusetts for whom the rally holds special place in his heart. He won his Harley Davidson in a raffle at Weirs in 1998 after buying a $100 ticket. Since then, he's put more than 109,000 miles on it, including round trip to Sturgis 3 years ago. While the event has changed, one thing hasn't for Dare. Time on his bike, staying safe. When it's raining, the most slippery thing on the road is the paint lines, he said. You're going around the corner. You got to cross the dotted lines or something. And that's the slipperiest part of the road. Durr encounters other riders or encourages other riders to keep safe and a mentality mind. Keep a safety mentality mind, even with excitement of motorcycle week. It hurts. He said it never hurts to slow down. Take your time. But what do you guys think? They said overall, Bike Week was a success. I know. I don't know. I don't know if that was a fake thing or if that was real. I don't think it was real because I looked up the website that was on the flyer and they don't have one. So what's going on with that bare knuckle boxing for bikers? What is this? I don't think it was real. The biker beefs. The law can carry as much as 10 extra years to a sentence. It's crazy. So I hear that Daytona, the cops, and Sturgis and Daytona, all they do is give people tickets all day long, right? That's all they do. They give people tickets and mess with people, tow bikes constantly. Up in New Hampshire, it's not like that. You kind of got a little more freedom. But people doing burnouts and wheelies on the street all the time, they're going to start cracking down on it. And they should get a place for them to do that. They'll probably get tons of more people there if they have a place like a big ass parking lot or something where people can go and watch people do tricks on motorcycles. I mean, it's a great idea. Well, I don't know why they don't do that. It's a perfect thing for that type of event. But anyway, I got another interview I got to do. I got some mega interviews dropping this week with some explosive information. You guys are going to be like, holy shit. And guess what? It involves Satan's choice. So stay tuned. If you like this show, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's brother, sister's friend about Chattin with Staxx, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. If you want to donate to the show, you can hit up the Cash App, Chattin with Staxx. Every dollar helps. It goes a long way. Or you can hit up Venmo, PayPal, Super Sticker, Super Chat, Zelle, all that good stuff. Go check out Patreon for exclusive content. Go check out Spotify. I'm on a bunch of different platforms. Go check it out. I'm going to start doing exclusive videos on Patreon that you can't see on YouTube. So check me out over there. Go get a subscription. They're not that much. It's a couple bucks. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Monday. And the new interviews, one of them's probably going to drop either tonight or tomorrow night. Probably tomorrow night. But have a great Monday and stay tuned for exclusive content only on Chattin with Staxx. And remember, don't be a bitch.
And all new at 5, a major organized crime bust. 23 people under arrest now accused of stealing guns and cash.
Today, police revealed 4 organized crime groups are wreaking havoc.
From aggravated robbery to kidnapping, burglary, and more. Let's take a look at this. New pictures from court documents in this case. These are a few of the people who have been charged. And investigators say the money, tens of thousands of dollars, is all stolen.